Android, Chris, it's been an absolutely insane week. Not only for Rocket Lab, but for us ourselves. I think today we got to sit, chill out, have a chat, talk on Rocket Lab. We get into your favorite thing, some numbers, a few announcements.
I'll kick your ass if you get the numbers, man. I'll kick your ass. You know better. No, I'm teasing, man. Definitely. We've had some amazing guests on the last week. There's a lot to catch up on, not just at Rocket Lab, but I mean, the stuff that they brought, I've got notes and notes, as you know. I haven't had time to even go over all of it, but the numbers are probably going to come up today. As much as I hate it, it's going to be needed. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, so guys, if you haven't been here before, my name's Liam. I am one of the Hustle Brothers here with my good friend Chris, founder of the Haste Club. And if you haven't seen, we've been quite aggressive across the whole space, content space. Recently, we've had some of the OGs on. We made an appearance in Rocket Lab Weekly. I'm going to get into that a little bit. I'm going to let the guys know exactly what it's like being on Weekly too. Yeah, we had Ampan Man yesterday, stock meetups. That was a really nice chat. Learned a little bit more about ASTS. We have a few guests lined up, but we'll wait for a few more people to enter the stream. And guys, I don't know how Chris keeps pulling it out of the bag, but he just keeps getting bigger and bigger guests coming in. Some of the names he throws at me, I'm like, nah, there's no way. But yeah, no, he just keeps pulling it out of the bag. We have a stacked interview panel for the next, I'd say, nearly 2 weeks at this stage.
Yeah,
Chris.
we definitely have them stacked up, man. That's crazy. And a lot of it's just people that I've, gotten to know through X and um, made some good relationships with, some solid relationships with, trading off information. Again, everyone has their special talent, and my talent's always been to kind of look in between the lines and look a bit further and see things that maybe other people aren't seeing. And then I go to other people like a Scotto, which, by the way, congratulations, Scotto. Congrats, bro. Brand new addition to the family. Very happy, very proud of you. That's amazing. I'm sure that you're probably super tired, and odds are you're not listening. But if you ever go back and listen, man, congratulations. And thanks for everything you do, not just for the community, but for me. But we have guys like a Scotto and Dave G. Matt Money. Matt, it was a great, great interview. We had a lot of fun with Matt. And like you said, Vince and Matt had us on for the weekly, which was unexpected. Something we've been trying to get on for quite a while. It was definitely an honor, a lot of fun. I look forward to doing it again. But yeah, as you said, we're not stopping. We're just getting started. And we do have a very sweet lineup coming over the next 2 weeks. Very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, and guys, any of you that don't know, myself and Chris have a little bit of a competition between ourselves, and it's who can get the bigger lineup for the week. And then, do you know what? It's one of those where it's like, we've got all these people booked, but it's like, where do we fit them in? So, guys, if you want an interview, make sure to reach out to either myself or Chris. X, comments, anything at all. We're happy to have absolutely anyone on. I remain with the stance, and I'm sure Chris does too. Doesn't matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter whether you have 1 share, no shares, a million shares. Everyone's opinion matters. We're going to have some for regulars too. However, I want to start off first by, look, do you know what? Let me share the screen.
Also, really quick too, Liam, just what you said about, look, you might have 5 or 10 followers, but you might have a lot more insight than a lot of other people. I remember I had like maybe 300 followers, and I got onto the weekly spaces, and I gave a thesis on Haste that Francisco and Johnny Mack and I worked on for over a year. Okay, to be fair, over a year of research. They brought me on. I went on. Space Investors at the time was hosting it. Jacob, of course, and Brett. And they brought me on, and I gave the thesis of Haste, and I got a lot of crap, man. I did. I got a lot of crap. But turns out, guess what? They're in Europe, just like I freaking said they were going to be. Not because I guessed, because I did the research. So it's very easy to overlook the smaller accounts that only have a few hundred followers, but sometimes there's guys that have 34,000 followers, 80,000 followers. They get lazy. They do. I do. I'm getting lazy right now. We're doing this daily. It's hard to keep up. I understand. I'm not putting them down. I get it. But what I'm saying is sometimes those smaller accounts, you guys are doing a lot more due diligence. You're doing a lot more research. So don't feel like you don't have anything to bring to the table. If you want to come on live, if it's for 5 or 10 minutes and say, hey, I just found this, or I'm thinking about this, please. It's an open forum here. That's what we want it for. It's not about me and Liam. It's about the chats. It's about everybody in the community coming together as one and making us all better investors. So, yeah, if you've got 100,000 followers or you got 10 followers, makes no difference to us. So don't feel like you're not welcome. Everyone is very welcome.
Chris, is it going to get to a stage that, look, people are so looking forward to our guests that they don't actually want to see me and you? Me and you just sit back and chat to each other like we always used to. It's going to get to that stage, mate. But do you know what? Let's just give the people what they want. But let me jump into Rocket Lab quickly. So I want to mention something that happened on weekly. I was noticing quite a bit of negative comments coming towards all four of us when we came to price predictions. We weren't bullish enough. All four of us, I think, agreed that calling for $40, $44 come Monday was a little bit extreme. Yes, we got entered into the Russell, and we can talk about the Russell, but I did expect a little bit of a cool down coming into today. Yes, we're up 1%. Look, over the past 5 days, we've pushed up 9%. That is an extreme climb, and I think sometimes we just don't appreciate how far we've come. Then over the past month, we're up 33.5%. And guys, don't get disappointed and don't get disheartened that we're not pushing towards $40 at the moment. Look, over the next week, potentially we could. Over the next 2 weeks, we could. But I just want to say, don't take it out on people like Matt. There was a lot of comments in there saying that we weren't bullish enough. Guys, honestly, we just share our opinions. I know a lot of you are passionate, but sometimes you need to leave the passion aside, and we're all in it to make money, and it's a financial opinion we're having.
Well, the funny thing is, the funny thing is if I gave my bull case, the same people would go, "You're crazy. There's no way that's going to happen."
Yeah.
So you gotta take people's opinion for what it is, man. Everyone's got one. None of us are going to be right 100% of the time, But we're taking the risk of actually going on live. And the thing is that Maddie and you and I and Vince, we can give a reason. We can share the numbers, and we can be realistic about what it. Like I said before, when I first met Scott O, I didn't like him because I didn't like the fact that I thought he was bearish. What I learned was that I was being ignorant and I was ignoring the bear case. Scott wasn't being bearish. He was being realistic. And there's a difference between just being bearish for no reason and being a smart investor and going, this is the reality. These are the numbers. And these are the possibilities. Again, this is space. It's very hard. A lot of things can go wrong. Look what's happened just in the last few weeks. Look at a SpaceX blowing up. And, it's not their first rodeo. Small things can happen. Accidents happen all the time. As an investor, you'd be kind of ignorant to not expect the worst case scenario. We always want the best case, and we're going to always plan for that. But especially if you're going to go on live and you're going to ask my opinion, then I'm going to give you the opinion as far as what I'm thinking, because I'd rather be wrong and be right long term than be wrong and be wrong long term. If you get what I'm saying, it doesn't make any sense. So, and I appreciate the comments because honestly, it made me think about some things that maybe I wasn't thinking about. And you do tend to go back and read other, some of those comments and look more into it. I will say flat out that about 90+% of those people were 100% wrong. And I have no problem saying that. And I know I don't do the numbers enough, but if you guys really want to get into it, I can show you some things that might make you mad. I'm a massive Rocket Lab bull. I've been that way from day one. Hey, I created a Haste Club. I'm the guy that believed in Haste when everyone said Haste was going nowhere. Well, Haste is in Europe, like I told you. Haste is going to be in Canada. Haste is already in Australia. Haste is going to be all over the South Pacific, like I told you. But I was wrong for being too bullish. I'm going to be wrong for being too bearish. I'm sure some of the things I have to say today about Neutron is probably going to make some people upset. I'm going to live with that because as an investor, I'm going to do the right thing and be smart about it. I'm going to make sure that I'm prepared for what's going to come, worst case scenario. Now, I'm also planning for the best case, but if you want financial advice, I'm not here to give you financial advice, but the best advice I can say is don't listen to me. Don't listen to Maddie. Don't get personal about it because we don't own the companies, guys. We're not Peter Beck. We're giving our best opinion we possibly can. If you don't like it, do your own research and come on live and prove us wrong. We'd love to hear it. We're not going to argue with you. We don't do like yesterday. We had on Ampan and stock investors, and everyone expected this big debate. We're here to learn. That's exactly what we did yesterday. That's exactly what we're going to do today, and we're going to continue to do as we move forward. So I love the bearish case. Please bring it to me. But also, the bullish case, it has its place as well. So we're still early. We're getting excited about $30 and $40 shares. I'm thinking 5 years from now when we're over $500-600, and we're at $1+ trillion market cap. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but I told you if I gave you a bull case, you're going to say I'm crazy. Well, I'm crazy. So yeah, I'm still investing. I'm still buying when I can afford it. Let's not take the day-to-day so seriously. If you're day trading, whole different world, but the day-to-day, it's it's going to change tomorrow. Don't get so upset. Don't get too hung up on it.
Chris, thank you so much for that. Now, guys, I want to kind of address something too. Normally, look, we go straight into the news. We start getting all excited. But I want to talk a little bit about our experience in Rocket Lab Weekly. Look, this is a regular occurrence. I need to go and get my charger. So we went on Rocket Lab Weekly. That was actually a massive dream of mine, and I'm sure Chris feels the same way. Big dream of his as well. I've told you before, the reason I created this channel, my father inspired me to create this channel. Look, I used to follow the guys every single day. There was a few different YouTubers, but the guys were definitely the big inspiration for the channel. So I remember from day one, I was always calling out the guys. I can't wait to one day join you. So like that was going to be a big day for me. It was going to be a big month. Not going to lie, I was dead nervous when Vince offered for us to come on. Look, I was a little less nervous because we had spoke to the likes, like we became good friends with the likes of Matt, Dave, Scott. We are going to have Vince on as well. He is such a nice guy too, isn't he? He's just so genuine. But yeah, so it's going to be a big day for me. If you guys recall, my father died back in August. I would have been quite close to him. And that's what inspired me to keep going with this whole content creation. This is why we're doing it a little bit different. Everyone believed we couldn't be as aggressive, doing it daily. Chris is in the exact same mindset. He'll tell you a little bit about his hardship and why he does things on the daily. I'll be dead honest with you guys. I went on to Rocket Lab Weekly. I was excited, apprehensive, nervous. Look, all the natural things. Look, we're all passionate about Rocket Lab. Imagine you guys sitting at home. you've watched them for 3 years or so. Well, it's 2 years, is it? They're on 92, I don't know. Imagine how it feels going on there, yeah? You're passionate about Rocket Lab, but you're now with the OGs, you're with the GOATs. We were opening ourselves up to the world. We were open that there was going to be a lot of criticism in there. Look, the actual guys themselves are amazing. Nothing bad to say about them. Vince, so welcoming. Talked us through the project, what they're looking to achieve. Matt is just Matt. Matt is amazing. He's just such a funny guy, isn't he? He really gets our banter, we get his banter, sort of thing. But I noticed very early on.
People.
Yeah, I noticed very early on.
Yeah, they're the same people, live and not live. They're the same. If you guys ever wondered when these guys are live, they're not different. We've talked to them off camera, and they're the same people. They are who they are. They're not putting on a show. They're not trying to sell you anything. They are exactly who they are. That was refreshing. You know, like Vince said, or I'm sorry, but Liam said, I've wanted to meet these guys for a long time. I've been following them forever, as most of us have. Getting, you know, to be allowed to come on and go live was, you know, a lot of fun, but it was also refreshing just realizing that, you know what, Vince is just Vince. That's who you get when you see Vince live. You get Vince. Same thing with Maddie. You know, and I think it's kind of wrong that these guys get a lot of slack sometimes. Like Maddie was getting beat up in the chats a little bit, and he was asked just a genuine question. He's just giving an honest answer, and he's not telling. It's kind of upsetting, you know. And I get it. You know, the more followers you get, you're gonna get some trolls, you're gonna get some people in there. No matter what you say, they're gonna argue. But to be fair, Maddie's never tried to sell me anything. If anything, all he's ever tried to do is just offer help. Those guys have been nothing but great. I can't wait to get back on them with them again. It was kind of the same thing when I first went on with Space Investors and Brett Krieger and our good friend Jacob, who should be on again very soon. Oh, and by the way, I'll say this probably 2 more times a night, but Wednesday night, don't miss out on the Wednesday X's Live, because Jacob and those guys are going to have on Ashley Vance. I'm so excited about that. But yeah, whenever you get a chance to actually go live with these guys, it's always refreshing to realize they're the same people that they are on X. They're the same people they are on the chats. They're just like us. We make mistakes. We all have problems. We're all going through life. We're trying to be energetic and be positive and look at the positive, you know, part about life. And Rocket Lab brings us all together as a community in a very positive way. I'd like to just keep it as positive as possible, you know, moving forward. We're gonna have some setbacks and things of that nature, but yeah, I do, man. That was awesome experience. Thanks to everyone that's not just invited us on, but has taken their time and come on with us and put up with me. And I hope you guys have had fun. And I'm looking forward to doing it again with a lot of you. Like Liam said earlier, the next 2 weeks we've got a lot of fun guests coming on. Hope you guys can join in. And if anyone listening decides, hey, I can do this, I can go on there and, you know, act like an idiot like Chris, trust me, you can. It's not, if I can do it, you can do it. And just let one of us know. Be happy to have you guys on anytime.
No, thank you so much for that. Where I was going with that is, look, it was very early on. I did notice. Look, I knew there was going to be a few trolls in there, like Hossa Brothers, this, that, and the other. Look, when people direct criticism at our brand, the Hossa Brothers, I take it with a pinch of salt. What are orthodox back? Look, you either like us or you don't like us. I'm not telling you to like my content. Look, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's a bit like that. But we do sort of open ourselves up a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot. We're here every single day. And it was then I started noticing in the chat, it was getting a little bit, well, not a little bit personal. They were calling me out by name. There was one geezer in particular. But look, moderator's done a great job. June, fantastic job there. No criticism to you at all. I did come off that stream this should be the highlight of the channel so far. This should be the best day so far. I enjoyed the stream. Vince and Matt hosted a great stream. Chris done great. Chris straight away texts me because look, you can see Chris cannot read the comments on the screen when he's on his phone. So Chris was unaware what has happened. Chris texted me, yo, we need to call. Whatever. And normally I'd ring Chris like straight away. And even Chris knew there was something up. And I was like, oh yeah, so get on. And Chris got excited. And you know, it's like popping a balloon. Chris was actually upset for me too. And this is no word of a lie, guys. That was the first time in this whole content creation space that I thought, you know what, why am I bothering? It was the first time I actually exposed myself for like 2,000-3,000 people live. And look, I felt a little bit gutted after it. That whole night, couldn't sleep. I was like, nah, do you know what? Content creation is not for me. Chris done a great job, to be fair, trying to cheer me up. So it's not Chris's problem. I was getting a lot of messages from you guys across the community. I want to thank you so much for that, and that did sort of cheer me on. But you probably have noticed in my content over the last 2 days, I'm deflated. Even now, like, I don't know. I'm still sort of feeling the after effects from it. Am I going to take a break from it? I don't know. I'm considering it. But yeah, Chris, I'll throw it back to you.
Mate,
sure, not having a great time either.
You hit on the right question though. You said I've done actually a whole video on the question of why.
Yeah.
Right? Why are you doing the content? Why are we making this effort? Why do we get up every morning and make the effort to just go throughout our daily lives? And I'm sure a lot of people in the comments are like, this is not about Rocket Lab. This has nothing to do with investing. The hell it doesn't. The hell it doesn't. Because if you're going to be investing in anything in life, whether it's investing in your kids, investing in your business, investing into someone else's business so you can make money, hopefully long term, you better be answering the question of why you're doing it. And I think the point that me and Liam are trying to get across right now is that whether you're someone on YouTube and you're doing a daily live, and yeah, you can go on with people that you revere and look up to, and everything is going great, and it looks on the surface, everything looks great, but underneath the surface, it's not. Life is not easy. It's just not easy. Congrats to everybody out there that's made their 100,000s this week. I guarantee you, every person out there this week that made a bunch of money, they still have problems. It might not be financial problems. Maybe they have a sick kid. Maybe their car went down. Maybe their grandma is in the hospital. Maybe someone just passed away. You don't know what someone's going through in their personal life. So when we get on here, just remember that we're actually human too. We're not robots. And, we're trying our best to educate people and have fun along the way. But just like all of you, we're going through our same, struggles and issues as well. And beating and browbeating and beating other people down doesn't help anyone. Rising tides lift all boats. It does. And maybe it's just because I'm new to this. I've never done live stuff. And now that we're going from like 300 viewers to like 1,000 to whatever it's going to, it's been crazy just over the last month. I can't believe how fast this has grown. I really can't. I never expected this. I still think it was just going to be me and Johnny and Francisco, and I'm going live off my kayak, and it's the 4 or 5 of us just talking shit about Rocket Lab. Now here I am, and Liam's like, holy crap, did you see the numbers from last month? And I'm like, I don't even have that many friends in my life. I've never had that many. I've never seen much money in my life, much less followers. That's crazy. So now we're getting a lot of other influence in and out. And again, whether it's a bear case or it's a bull case, just remember we're human. We're real people. We're not robots out here. And we're gonna be wrong a lot. Doesn't mean that there needs to be hate and evil. Life is hard enough, and the whole world is always against us. Let's not bring that into the chats. Let's not bring that if we can help it, guys. And if you're really passionate about something, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to talk to you guys about that kind of stuff. And I'm sorry if we've kind of drug this on a little bit. And I know it's not exactly about Rocket Lab, but it does, in a lot of ways, come back down to us personally when it comes to investing, or personally why I'm still doing the live on a daily when we have so much going on in our in our day-to-day lives. Some of us are very involved in the chats, the Rocket Lab investment group. It goes on 24/7, 24/7. And you see people retired, but guess what? There's people that are retired. They still have real life problems too. So, you know, we rally around the things that we love. We rally around the things that we can, wrap our arms around and embrace and understand. But again, we're going to be wrong sometimes. We're going to be right a lot. We have a lot of people feeding us information. We have some of the best in the world feeding us information. We always appreciate both in bear and bull cases, but let's just try and keep it civil, people. You know what I'm saying? We're real people. I got kids. I'm a real human. There's no reason to get so personal out there. I'm gonna say things today about Rocket Lab. A lot of people's not gonna like. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with
You
it.
better hide behind that tree, bro.
But again, we're not going to write up. Oh, I'm just gonna go run and jump in the kayak and just go on down the river as I talk and just fade out, and hopefully this cuts out before I'm done. Uh, yeah, and it's something that I alluded to a few months ago, and I got a lot of crap for, got a lot of slack for. And we saw Beck come on live today. There's a lot of speculation over that, but I'm not expecting the big bear case that some people have been alluding to in the last hour or two. I think I might surprise a few people. But yeah, it's not going to happen in September. I can tell you that. Get mad if you want, but it's not launching in September. I think a few of us already kind of realized that. But when I said that 2 months ago, you guys just destroyed me in the chats and you hit me in the DMs, and I'm like, calm down. I
You were
mean,
getting killed on X.
you don't own the company. It's
Brother.
not yours. You're not Peter Beck. Oh my God, dude. It was ridiculous. And guess what? Guess what? It wasn't because I was guessing. It's because I looked at the numbers, I looked at the facts, I looked at the probability, and odds are I'm going to be right. It's not because I'm trying to be right. I'm trying to be helpful and be honest and help people realize, you know what? I'm not going to put all my money into this right now because I'm betting on them blasting off successfully in September. All I was saying was, looks like the odds are against them. Could it happen first, second week of October? Yeah, maybe. But last week of September, it wasn't on the board anymore for me. And I think that a lot of people are realizing that. And a few of you out there, you owe me an apology, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But yeah, man, we don't own the company. We might own some shares. It's not our company. We shouldn't take it. We take it way too personal sometimes. We really do. And if you feel a need like you attack me to make yourself feel better about yourself, that's fine. I mean, I'll deal with it. Maybe once a month we'll go on this rant like we're doing right now. If some of you guys out there don't like the rant, then maybe you should have sent me a damn DM. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. It's my damn channel. It's Liam's channel, and we've proven ourselves to be right more often than not. But sometimes we're going to be wrong, just like a lot of you guys are wrong out there. Our goal is to help everyone be wrong less often and help ourselves be wrong less often, so we can all make more money and grow better and faster and more in an intelligent way as investors. It's that simple.
Chris, you are the wise man that God has sent down. My guy, this is why we're still here. Christopher, do you know what? You're a true friend. Guys, I know, again, some of you are going to say this is not about Rocket Lab. Look, this whole channel is about our journey. It's about us as people. You're going to see us develop as investors across the whole thing. And look, yeah, we're not robots. So I'm going to jump straight into the comments. So, Chris, your leaves look extra green today, Johnny Mac. Do you know what? Some of the stuff Johnny Mac comes out with, it has me proper chuckling. Was it you, Johnny, in the stream, in the Rocket Lab Weekly stream? And I nearly burst out laughing. It was just before I went to ask a question. And I was reading, I was like, oh my God. I can't even remember what it was now. I'm an OS. Big up, mate. You know what? This guy has just created his own YouTube channel. He started off on the journey. Guys, make sure to jump in and subscribe to I'm an OS. Mate, your latest video, absolute fire. Anytime any of your videos come out, if I haven't commented underneath them within the first day or two, just email them across to me and I'll have a look. EM, love it, Chris. Speak your mind. This is Tatted. Okay, so this is Tatted from X. We always need to hear it all, not just bullish. And don't get the shit talking about Liam and others. Talk shit about me. Nah, brother, it's all good. Thank you. Great CNBC interview today.
Tatted.
Go on.
I just want to give a shout out to Tatted.
Oh, did you?
Love you, bro. Thank you for everything. Yeah, that's it. Just thanks, Tatted. I'm gonna DM you. We gotta talk more. Ted is a great friend. He's offered to do a lot more than I would have ever expected any human to do for someone they've never met. So he's a great soul. Just want to give a shout out. Didn't mean to stop the comments. Let's keep them going. But Tatted, thanks, brother.
Then, great CNBC interview today, Sir Peter Beck. I actually watched that. Am I on a different opinion to everyone else? And this could be dangerous to say it, but look, I've been myself from the start, so I'm just going to come out and say it. Was it a great interview? It was a bit. We sort of knew everything about it. It's always great to see Peter speak, and I absolutely respect the man, love the man. But if I was CNBC, I'd be a little bit disappointed on their behalf because they didn't get anything new out of him. We knew everything he was coming up saying. The only thing I did quite like, he said they're still pushing for that 2025 launch. We'll get into that with Chris's story in a minute. But yeah, I didn't think it was outstanding. What were your thoughts, Chris?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about Neutron and possible delays anymore because I got so roasted. That's funny. I'm lying. I'm going to talk all about Neutron and exactly what I think. And if nobody likes it, then too damn bad. I'm just fucking around, man. Yeah, no. The funny thing is that, as a matter of fact, I was seeing a lot of stuff on X yesterday that I was getting messages from Francisco and Johnny, and they were like, "Didn't we discuss this like 6 months ago?" And it hit me. It hit me really big. We have a lot of new investors coming in the Rocket Lab, and it's easy to see someone get excited about something that we already knew about 6 months ago. But it's also important to cheer them on. You know what I mean? Because obviously, they're doing the research, and they might be a little behind, but they're just getting into the company. So at least they're doing the research, and at least they're getting excited about it. But yeah, today's interview wasn't nothing new. I did pick up on a few little hints here and there. Again, we'll get into that a bit later. We'll jump back in the chats for now. But yeah, that's all I had to say about that. Again, Tatted, love you, bro. Thanks.
And then we have Francisco. What's up, bro? Do you know what? This is a good on. Do you know what, Francisco? I actually feel so bad. I know you don't mind, but some of the posts I'm going to bring up today, they're straight directly from your ex. So a big shout out to Francisco. Sorry, phone died talking to too many people. Do you know what? I don't think your phone has ever died since I've known you. Only when you go on holiday. Apart from that, you are 24/7. I sometimes don't think you sleep, brother. But no, big up. Benny, what's up? How are we getting on, my guy? Then I'm an OS. I'm an OS. That's what community is about, Liam. Opening and sharing. Easy and fair. We're in the journey together. And yeah, that's what I think. I think we're all in it together. I did quite like the talk with Ampan Man and Stock Meetups yesterday. I think they take the same approach we're taking. Why not try and, I don't know, bridge the knowledge gap between Rocket Lab investors and ASTS investors. Look, did I go into the market today and jump into ASTS? No. Am I bullish about the company? Yeah, but I still extremely bullish about Rocket Lab. So, like, I think as investors, we need to stop trying to convince other people to buy the company we're in. Just be happy for them guys. Them guys are doing amazing at the moment. I couldn't care less whether ASTS has a bigger market cap or Rocket Lab has a bigger market cap, and this is what's happening. That's what's happening. I'm interested about Rocket Lab. I was very happy learning about ASTS, but I don't understand the controversy around the two, to be fair. Screw the haters. Chris, the sound of wisdom. He honestly is, isn't he? Olga, big up Olga.
Olga's my favorite. I love Olga. I love you. I freaking love Olga. Thank you so much for everything you do. We don't give you enough credit. Olga is always out there reposting for us. She's here almost every day. She's probably sitting by the pool with a nice cocktail, just being beautiful Olga, doing what she does. Thank you for everything you do for the community. We all love you, Olga. Thank you so much.
So there will always be haters, negative people. I completely agree with that. And do you know what? I didn't think there wouldn't be. It was just my first time being exposed to direct, like, Liam this, Liam that, Liam that, Liam that. The best is to ignore them, and that's what makes stronger. Thank you for the wise words. It is quite hard at the time. Time, wisdom, and ability to present. Pretty bad. Jacob, let's go. Big up Jacob. Jacob's definitely coming on against this week. Do you know what? We say we have guests on. We don't even have to announce Jacob. Jacob's welcome to any stream. If he wants to come in on any of the big guests coming in, he's welcome to come. Genuinely, anything
Mr.
we do,
Sexy
Jacob.
himself. Mr. Sexy. We love Jacob. We can't. And look, again, Jacob's going to have Ashley Vance on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. X Spaces. Do not miss it. He does great interviews. The guy knows his stuff, man. Love Jacob to death. If you don't follow Jacob, you're missing out on a lot of fun. He's funny. I mean, the guy's he can do stand-up comedy. He really could. Jacob's great. Thanks, dude. Jacob, thanks for everything, bro. Love you, bro.
Jacob's behind the stream, so he might hear us in 20 minutes. Who was saying September? I had November. September kind of aggressive. I think the whole sentiment around the Rocket Lab community was indicating September, weren't they? I was always under the impression they were pushing for September. What are your thoughts on that, Chris? Have it last year?
Yeah, there was an FCC filing. It was all based on FCC filing, based on the end of September. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you all good.
Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. So that was based on FCC filing for permission to launch, starting at the end of September. So yeah, everyone got excited about that. There is what I've got to do, Liam, is I got to give you this link so that we can share it to everybody else. But there is a link that shows you all of the launches coming out of Wallops, not just Rocket Lab, but as we know, U.S. Navy launches out of there, Northrop Grumman launches out of there. Firefly is actually building a complex and trying to launch by 2026, I believe, themselves. So it gives you the rundown of all of the launches that are upcoming, that are filed through the FCC. September was a start date. Now, I don't know if you have to refile once the year changes over, but if you look at that link and you look at the launch, it says Neutron by end of December of 2025. So what that tells you is that there's a window. Like, they always give us a window for a launch, but right now the window, as far as the FCC is concerned, is at least between the last weekend of September and the last day of the year. we don't know when that's going to happen, which is, fine. But yeah, we all got excited. We all thought last week of September. As a matter of fact, I called my contacts on Wallops and Chickatee because we're having a big party out there. You guys should know by now. And everything was booked. I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't even get a phone call. Well, today I've got 4 or 5 hotels calling me back going, hey, do you guys want to book? Because it's wide open. So that tells me that they're not going to launch at the end of September. Maybe that's me reaching a little bit, but when they're booked out a few months ago and now they're wide open, well, just so happens that one of those hotels, guess who they book for? Rocket Lab, the entire company, all the contractors, everything comes in, that's who they book for. So there's a little insight there. It tells you when more contractors are coming in, when there's just, a big event going on. Sometimes you got to look at the little clues in between. Read between the lines, guys. Always read between the lines, especially if you're military. You know that. You get some news and then you read between the lines. Just like today with Peter Beck's interview. On the surface, it did.
I think we may have lost Chris there. He's going to think I've kicked him out, but we'll continue with it. Jacob Keaton, don't read comments, Liam. People are trolls. Do you know what? I'm fully aware of that. The only thing is, Jacob, do you remember on StreamYard, when we're streaming, they literally come up, and because we're in such the habit of reading out all the comments, I'm just flicking through as we're going through it. But nah, wise words, I won't be doing it again. Just started following you this week. 2 great launches. Do you know what, my brother? Thank you so much. Yeah, we look to try to cover every single launch, no matter what the time zone is. And do you know what? We have philosophy now. Let's do it from start to finish, honestly. I'm here, Chris. Love you, bro. It's Benny the Bull from the chat, by the way. Big up, Benny. Love you both and the community. We all love you too. Do you know what? Community is massive. You're just like the eVTOL community. I thought the eVTOL community were tight, but you know what? They have stiff competition, but you guys are probably tighter. Don't tell them that. What's up, Tat? What's up? Let's share this link. I don't think I have enabled link sharing. If you want to send me a link on X, I'll be able to fire it across to you. AJ, October for me. I think we're getting Chris back here. Yeah, we can't miss.
I'm trying. Sorry.
Go for it, mate. We can hear you loud and clear.
It's not tomorrow. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's not tomorrow. It's Wednesday, guys.
Oh no! Do you know what it is? I bet they're in a different time zone.
Oh my god, I suck.
Because it's like 5 minutes to the next day for me. You gone again? I'll keep going. I will attend.
No, chatted. We're it's Wednesdays. It's yeah, for us it's Wednesdays.
You know what? There's a massive delay, my guy. This is amazing. I love this. I can have a bit of fun with this. I will even attend, and I don't because I hate the Canada dude. Who are we talking about? HA, they got him. Yeah, Jacob, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, open forum. Make sure you're there. Absolute fire content. Do you know what? I always listen in just to hear about the whole industry in general. I'm a bit like a bloody ostrich, and I stick my head in the sand sometimes. And look, I think we all can be like that, where we just want to refer to Rocket Lab the whole time. But because we've got a big chat here, what I first want to do is share my screen here. I want to give a big shout out to Scott O. Chris referred to it earlier on, but Scott O has successfully delivered his payload. He says, welcome home, little one. Big shout out to Scott O. He probably won't see this because he'll be busy right now looking after the little one and mom as well. So, no, big shout out to him. Guys, make sure to reach out to him and give him a big congrats. Then they've celebrated the 3rd year anniversary of the Capstone mission for the moon, and it was launched on their Electron rocket and delivered the Lunar Photon spacecraft. Guys, were you in it when this Capstone mission was going off, or is this the first you've heard of the Capstone mission? Please let me know in the comments below. Francisco, I'm about to rob one of your posts. I actually found this interesting. Guys, I am really bullish across the whole. Well, it's not even bullish. I'm just like a space enthusiast. Now, NASA and Netflix have come to an agreement where they're going to be streaming NASA launches. Now, I'm not fully sure. Nah, it won't be. Francisco's just saying that it'd be great for Netflix and Rocket Lab to use it. But no, they're going streaming launches. I think that is probably now going to be my favorite thing on Netflix. Can't lie. But guys, let me know, did you see that news? Other than that, I'm not going to lie, for the first time ever, we don't actually have extreme amounts of news. We were all waiting for Chris's big story about Neutron. He got halfway through it there. I don't want to steal his limelight on it. I'm going to jump straight back to the comments. So we have EM coming back and saying, yeah, I was wrong, lol. Jacob's caught up already. Big up, my guy. And then, yes. Guys, have you seen, we've actually started a new project for Chris. So Chris let us in on a bit of a personal story the last day. And he is struggling in life an awful lot. I did notice this during the streams with Dave and Scott, and then it sort of came to light in the Map Money stream after stream. I'm sorry, Chris, I'm talking about you. It came to light when Chris was asking Matt.
Can you hear this? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I heard a beer opening.
Okay, good. As long as you can hear me now. I'm back, guys. Sorry. I apologize. But yeah, keep going, man. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just want to check my sound.
No, you're all good. So it came to our attention during a stream with Matt Money when Chris asked Matt if he was to ever start again, what would he invest in? And then Shami and Chris have been friends now for a good few months, and we speak absolutely every single day. And then it's pre-stream, post-stream. Like last night, post-stream, we were on for another 2 hours after that, just chilling out. But no, we did come up with a concept because we started speaking to Francisco after the launch. We decided we'd do a $5 a day challenge. We called it Poor Man Investing. The reason we call it Poor Man Investing is because we want to see how far we can go going $5 a day. I think sometimes the world's a little bit disconnected with people on either the beginner end or the starting end of investing. So,
or my end. No, or my end. I can guarantee you right now, 90% of the people out there have had only nothing but nightmares about my own reality. My life is a reality compared to most people's nightmares. I'll just be honest about it. I've got, you know me, I have nothing to hide. Most of you know I've been homeless before. Has not been easy. But my main priority has always been my kids, and they will always come first. And so I'll make any sacrifice, money-wise, health-wise, whatever. So, yeah, the whole poor man's investing group, I can barely afford $5 a day right now to invest. I'm sure a lot of people out there are like, you need to start with $500 or $100. Well, I can't relate to you. You're not going to help me out. You're just not. And I commend you. I'm happy for you. Those out there that's got, a couple 100,000, few million invested, honestly, I love it. I do. I don't want anything from you. I don't want any handouts, nothing like that. I'm just freaking happy for you. I love seeing people succeed. Life is short, and I love seeing the joy in other people. But it's not reality for a lot of other people out there, and I'm a prime example of what that reality is. So yeah, when I'm spewing my ideas about Neutron being delayed, or my future predictions for Haste, or what I think Rocket Lab is going to, and people are out there and they're buying shares and stuff, I'm just going, I wish I could afford to take my own advice. And that's a hard pill to swallow. It really is, especially if you're doing as much research and you've been in it for years like I have. It's a hard pill to swallow. So that's exactly what we started this. It's not for, the long-term investors. It's for brand new people getting in here, the blue collar guys going, every day going, I can't afford to invest anything. I can't afford. I got kids. I got bills. I'm barely making my rent. Well, we're hoping that this can help people like that, and I'm the guinea pig. That's not an easy position to put yourself in. I mean, and just imagine doing that. I'm live to everyone, and everyone's going to see the outcome, right? So that's not easy, but hopefully, and I pray that we all join in as a community and we help that grow, so that those guys out there that can only afford $2 a day or $7 a day, if that, and show them that, yeah, it might take 5 or 10 years, but you can change your life. You can have financial future. There is a path to a better lifestyle. That's exactly what it's all about. And again, I'm the guinea pig, so you guys have fun with me, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, guys. So we do that basically every day, opening bell. Look, I'm considering doing closing bell, but I don't know. I might get a bit burnt out with all these projects going on. But look, we'll see what's happening. But I know you're here for Rocket Lab, and Chris, I'm about to surprise you, but I'm about to bring one of your good old friends in. Guys, have a guess who I'm about to invite to the stream. And the person that's coming in, you're not included. You can't guess yourself.
That's not fair, man. That's
I
not
thought you
fair.
could still see my
I can't
screen.
prepare questions.
Oh, this is a man.
Oh
You
man.
have mad questions. Jacob Keaton says Francisco. I think Brett is referring to something we said before. And the man himself is here. Big up, Francisco. How are we getting on, my guy?
What's up, guys?
What's the story? Any news for me today?
Man. Now, Elon just announced that he might start a new party by tomorrow. I think Tesla is like crashing again.
Is he in? Oh, there he is. Man, I needed this. It's like a Christmas present.
Are you telling me I actually
Tesla
added a little
down
bit
to
of Tesla?
Bro, I needed to see your face so bad. I needed this so bad. Thank you so much for coming on.
What's up, man? Yeah, the good thing is that Elon going against the government and Trump is good for, I guess, for Rocket Lab. That's the only thing that that's the only reason I brought that one in. Let's see what happens.
There we go. I've just bought another $5 Tesla in the Poor Man's Investment Challenge. Francisco, my guy.
Yeah, did you see earlier where someone was mentioning that Peter Beck should get more involved?
No, more involved.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I couldn't hear you. You got cut off.
Go again, Chris.
I can't hear Chris for some reason.
Yeah, I think we've lost him there. So, Francisco, we've been added into the Russell. What did you expect? What do you think is going to happen over the next week, month, year? Is it a tick the box exercise like I referred to, or is it bigger than what first meets the eye?
Yeah, we're losing you, Liam. I was going to say we're losing you, Liam.
I don't know. We lost Chris again. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it was suspected that we were going to join the 1,000. Pretty sure everybody knew. Jacob, gave us the link. Somebody did in the group. And like everybody was pretty much sure that we were going to join the Russell 1000. And of course, that's a positive for me. And I mean, I was expecting that. Now the next one, it's going to take a few years because we won the S&P 500 next, but we need to be profitable for X amount of time for that before that happens. So it's going to take a few years.
Now, jumping in across, Johnny Mac says, yo, Jacob, right. Jacob was right again. EM.
Yeah, Jacob's always
Love
right.
the vision for this, Chris. That's what it's all about, life-changing for people. I'm delayed now. I see Francisco now. Chris, how are we getting on?
Chris needs to get Starlink.
Sorry again, man. It's like 1,000 degrees out here. So, dude, I didn't know it's so hot out here. Like my phone is just like telling me like your phone is overheated. So I have to literally put it in the freezer. Because it's so I'm just melting away, bro. And I only weigh like $147, so I don't got nothing to melt. It's not fair. Hey, if you guys want to lose weight, come to Chris's Matthews Virginia Challenge and just sit out in the backyard. You'll probably lose like 40 pounds a day. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous out here. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I'm gonna try and stay in here, but odds are I'm gonna probably go in and out. But thankfully, we got Francisco picking up my slack, which he always does.
That's what I joined because I saw that happen.
Hey, Francisco, while we have you on here, buddy, we've got a Liam's gonna kill me for this, but we've got a special guest coming on very soon, and I just want to thank you ahead of time for all of the information, all the work you did on the project.
Oh, we lost him again.
We lost him again, and I don't even know where he was going with this.
I don't know. Well, you guys see that Rocket Lab made a post today about the capstone. I got my stuff right here. Like that's what I got hanging there. The capstone moon mission poster.
And when did you get that?
Oh, years back, man. That was like 3 years ago. Well, time flies by, man. Like Star Trek girl, like she posted about it. I don't know if she went live or she made a video. I remember watching it. But I mean, I can't believe it's been 3 years. I remember watching that launch and everything and following the mission like daily. It was crazy. But yeah, it's been 3 years, man. Crazy.
And guys, do let us know in the chat, how long have you guys been in Rocket Lab? Francisco, you were in it from more or less the start, weren't you?
Oh yeah, from the SPAC. I got in at the SPAC, and luckily it was crazy. It was madness. So I got in like around the $10 mark. I sold half of my position when it hit 20. I think it went up a little bit higher than 20. And I sold half of it. I'm like, I did some research on the company, but I'm like, it's only a launch company at this point, and I don't know. It's still risky. So I sold half of it, luckily, and then as everybody knows, everything crashed that November of 2021, I think. And then I started buying slowly, 8, 7, then in the 4s and the 3s, I added tens of thousands of shares. Now it's crazy, but there for like 2 years, we're sitting there at $3 and $4, and that thing wasn't moving, and it was sad, man. Like everybody's talking about making money, and here I'm at with like a big position on Rocket Lab and just sitting there like, what the heck, man? My money's not growing. Should I move my money, invest my money in something else? But I'm like, nah. I go and research Spirit Bag and the company. I'm like, nah, I believe in them. It's gonna happen. I'm just gonna stick with it. But it was tough, man. Some days, some months, I'm like, yeah, maybe I should move some of my money. And it was tough. But I've been in for, I don't know, yeah, for a very long time now, since the beginning.
And then I want to ask you a question. I don't know, do you know the answer to this or not? And chat are probably going to think I am an absolute idiot. But what's up with that SpaceX token or whatever that HUD have announced coming out?
Oh, I heard it's only in Europe. I guess people can invest on SpaceX in Europe. I mean, you might be able to get it. I guess people here in the US are not allowed to get it, yeah.
Nah, I think I did get a notification earlier. I think you have to sign up for it or something.
Yeah, but I think it's only for what somebody told me. It's gonna be only offered in Europe, so I don't know why.
Now, the only thing is, I know Robinhood Europe and Robinhood UK are two different things. And guys can say you're in Ireland. This we created it under racist account just because Robinhood don't have an Irish ability.
can't
yet.
get it.
Robin Hood is not there. I didn't know that.
No. I use people are gonna laugh at me. I use eToro and Trading 212. But
Okay,
no,
I guess they're
Dane,
saying that people are bullish on Hood, and then they're gonna bring it to the U.S. later. I guess later this year we should be able to invest in it.
Liam, check after today. I think that changed. What? We'll be able to get it in Ireland, is it? Oh my god.
Maybe you'll be able to.
Has anyone ever transferred stock from one broker to another? I'd be very careful doing it. Imagine losing on the Rocket Lab.
No,
Jacob
but I
says,
think
yeah.
Robinhood actually pays you money to transfer your account. They give you like 2%.
serious?
I think. Yeah. If you got enough money, it's worth it. I've been tempted to do it a few times. I'm like, should I do it? Because I only have a small amount of Robinhood. I don't really play with it. I have like most of my money on Schwab.
And they just
and
your shares just transfer clean over, do they?
I guess they'll do the whole. I never done it, but I know every time I open Robinhood, I get a message saying that if you want to transfer money, like they'll pay me like 2%.
Jacob says he transferred from Fidelity to Robinhood. I am doing that. Liam, I'm in the UK and we can't transfer stock from our brokerage into Robinhood. Okay, but now the only thing is that before today? Has that changed today, Benny? I'm confused at the moment. So yes, my shares transfer from Mariah Ray. Robinhood don't allow it for us yet. Okay, so
I guess Jacob transferred his money, so you might want to talk to him on the side and figure that one out.
I'm on Trading 212 as well. Jacob, do you want to transfer a bit of money this way? I'll create the account and you transfer it across. We'll see what happens. You'll never see me again on YouTube.
Yeah, but what he says, send me pics.
Send me pics.
What kind of pics? I don't know what kind of pics he wants. Well, but Matt Money once, like, you guys saw his live one time. He was taking his buttons off, and like people were actually tipping him. People were like, "Yeah, take the whole thing off." He was about to strip on his live. It was funny, man. And that was like probably like last year.
Oh yeah.
And like, yeah, people were like freaking giving him money for every button. I don't remember. Like he only did a few. He didn't take the whole shirt off, but it was funny.
Then we have Iman OS. Yes, it's cause US regulation tokenized investments to SpaceX, OpenAI, etc. works in the EU for now. See, the problem is the UK is not in the EU, so I don't know if that can be included. If I had an Irish Robinhood, which I think Jacob's saying it will be here tomorrow, I'll have a look. Guys, I'll make sure to do it on the live if I get a Robinhood. Yeah. I don't know if I'm comfortable with sharing my actual portfolio on a live. Because imagine someone just robbed me.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd be so afraid. Like I give a big kudos to like Amit and that for like just showing his portfolio every day, mate. Do you know what? If that got in the wrong hands,
I wouldn't mess with that either.
If they want to rob a $5 a day challenge, they can.
Yeah, that one is different. Yeah. So what you guys hit today? Like my phone died earlier. Like I'll send you a message, but like I don't know. There's any news other than like the Netflix thing. You know, I actually sent a Netflix. I told them
Capstone. That interview with Peter Beck. Was there anything else really that you had the news about the Russell? It was a pretty flat day, like for news wise.
the Russell 2000 drop Rocket Lab. That's his
Yeah. And then
But
Benny said, Vlad said UK was one of the countries available. Do you know what? Speaking about Robinhood, I was in Robinhood when it was at $8. And this is how much of a
wow.
genius investor I am at. Yeah. So I had it at $8 and sold a lot at $11.
Yeah, I got some Robinhood like at the beginning too. I don't remember what it was. I think it was during COVID. But then they're running some issues where like people were like not able to trade and it was freezing. Remember that? It was definitely during COVID when COVID happened. And people were not able to trade. They actually got even sued, I think, for that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sell this stuff as soon as it goes up a little bit too, and I did. And I bought a lot of shares at the beginning, but I sold them. But then I got into it again, like later on, and I have a small amount of shares on Robin. Nothing that big though.
I'm gutted I didn't keep it. Swat, that'd be well over a 10x now. Benny says, Liam, I really want to transfer over to Hood when I get the chance, but trading 2-1-2 is really good, isn't it? Do you know what? Trading 2-1-2, I actually proper like too. And I'm not sure Hood will have ISAs tax-free investing. Do you know what? I only use Hood on like when we're doing this. You'd actually have to ask my other hustle brother Race. I think he uses Hood in the UK. So he'd be the best one to ask. If you come to one of our eVTOL streams and just ask him, $20, let's see some skin. Go on, Francisco.
Oh, like, that.
Whoever shows skin gets it.
There you go, Leanne. It's for you.
Get it out, my guy.
Leanne.
Well, I'm putting
We
the
can't
shot.
handle.
He's gonna
We
rip
can't
it.
handle that. That's too much. We can't handle all that beauty from Francisco in one day. We gotta peel it off slowly. Slow it down there, Jacob. Slow it down, buddy. We'll get there. We'll get there. Hey, you know what? We can make Francisco do a strip at the Neutron party. Look, if I gotta get a tattoo, then Francisco can strip at the Neutron party.
I don't know about that. Well, maybe
What we'll
Johnny
do,
can
we'll
it.
have this whole account as like the pot of gold. If you do it, you get the whole account. Do you know what? Me and
Now
Chris,
that I love.
just
That I
invest in,
love.
like,
That's
Virgin
a
Galactic.
great idea. That's a great idea. Francisco's trying to get Netflix to do a. We saw that Netflix is going to start streaming launches, and Francisco was like, "I'm just gonna." He's awesome, dude. He's like, "I'm just gonna call him." He was like, "I'm gonna call Peter Beck today. I'm gonna call Netflix," and he just does it. I don't know how he does it, but he does. He just goes, "Yeah, you guys should listen to me," and it's hilarious because I really think they listen to him. I think they actually listen to Francisco because whether it's a update in the Rocket Lab website or maybe Netflix is going to be out for the Neutron party. We never know. We'll have a lot of fun, no doubt.
I definitely hit him up and I told him I don't know if they listen to me though, but I did this morning. I told Chris, I'm like, bro, I'm hitting up Netflix, and I'm like, bro, I got a good idea for you guys. Like, I think you guys should do like a special with Rocket Lab and the Neutron Lounge, and maybe some retail investors. I don't think they're gonna listen to me, but whatever. I told them.
Oh no, actually, we're going to do because we're going to have Ashley Vance is going to be out there, right, for the party.
He could do
So-
it. He has his own thing going.
Oh no, he's going to be on live with us soon. And we've already talked to the PR department, and we've already we basically okay. So here's the truth. Right now, the reason we haven't announced a date is because we're waiting on to make sure that Ashley Vance has the time and his PR crew. They all have time to come out because they're very busy right now. But we have been in contact. Thank you, Jacob, so much for your info, so that I can be in contact with them. Love you, bro, for all the info. But that's why we haven't announced a date yet, because we're going to coordinate with them to make sure they can be out there. So we're going to stream live the entire party all day long. So it might be me 1 hour. It might be Liam 1 hour. It might be you, Francisco, 1 hour, Jacob 1 hour. And we're just going to do it the entire time we're there, nonstop, just live stream. Yeah, we're not going to catch the launch, but I don't want to give up too much, but I think there's going to be a lot more than just us hanging out with Ashley Vance, which is going to be great. Gonna be great,
Yes,
getting autographs and stuff like that. But we've got a few more surprises in store for you guys. Party's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's gonna be a live stream that's just gonna go on for hours. It'll be a lot of fun. So all the people that we've had on as guests up to now, I mean, again, we have a lot more coming on, but all of you guys are included. So whether you're there live with us on site or you just want to join in with us, we're gonna bring you on. It's gonna be a
Oh,
worldwide party. It's gonna be a worldwide investors party.
wait, Johnny
Chris,
got
have
the
a look at
American
your
flag.
screen.
Yanni,
What's going
Yanni
on?
Mac, that's awesome.
Johnny
Wait,
just
nobody.
texted me on X, and he just put like a shh face.
Let's see if I can hear you better with my headphones on.
It's hard, huh?
How are we getting on, Johnny?
What's up?
How you guys
Gotta
doing?
tell
Do you know what?
great.
It's been a
Great,
bit of a
like
quiet day when it comes to news, but like, no, we're doing good.
All
We're
right,
doing
I had to
great,
hop
bro.
in for a little bit.
Where are we off to work?
I'm just coming home from work. I figured I'd hop in real quick, hands free, so I'm good. See what you guys are doing. Talk a little Rocket Lab. I
What do
can't
you
see the
got,
chat
Yanni?
window.
What do
We
you
just
got,
send
Yanni? You
Jacob
got
a few
something, buddy.
DMs.
Yanni's got
Me?
something. Yanni's got
I got,
something.
I got nothing for you guys. I got nothing. You guys bring up the topics. I'll
Liar,
just comment.
liar, liar, bro. Look, before we came on live, me and Yanni and Francisco were spitting
Oh
out mad
man.
knowledge and talking stuff, and Yanni's like, "Yeah, go ahead and say that, Chris. I dare you to say it." And I'm like, "Nope, you first. You first. Come on, Yanni. Come on, man. Give it up. Give it
What
up."
what you were discussing behind the scenes was um,
My fault.
you believe, according to how that came across on his interview on CNBC today, that we're going to be delayed to 2026, which I listened to his wording, and I think I have the exact quote here.
Oh,
Have we lost Johnny?
That was perfect timing. That was perfect timing because Johnny's like, I'm going to say this, but leave it
no.
on Chris. And here's the exact quote. And he just called me out. That's why Johnny's trying to get me to get a tattoo because like I just can walk away and not deal with it and just leave it up to Chris. That's
There we go.
hilarious.
We
There we
lost
go, buddy.
I can't do the. I can't actually scroll and find the quote that I found, but it was something along the lines of, we're following an aggressive schedule, and we believe that. I can't find the exact. I don't want to misrepresent the wording, but he left the room for a possible delay to 2026. With that saying,
Yeah, that's what I got too. I agree, man.
so that's what I think.
Yeah,
Man,
same
I got
here,
my
bro.
balls busted.
You know if
You
it's
guys
delayed
know.
to 2026?
They busted my balls a few weeks ago when I said there's going to be a delay. And no one liked it. And I got crazy DMs, man. I got crazy stuff coming my way. And I didn't mean it to be bearish. I mean, you guys know I'm super bullish on Rocket Lab, but we got to be honest. We got to be honest and be realistic. Scotto taught us that. If anyone did, Scotto taught us that.
Just like Jacob
But
said, it's a
Jacob
rocket.
said.
It's
Jacob
a
said
rocket
yes,
for
Jacob
me.
said.
yeah,
It's a rocket
exactly,
program.
bro.
We have to go with that. Look,
We got to.
we'll have faith. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I don't think any of us
Yeah.
here are going to be too disappointed. But like, look,
I've come
Now,
to the
the only
conclusion.
thing.
Go ahead, Francisco.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if I've decided if it dips because of a neutron delay to 2026, if it dips significantly, I'll be adding.
Exactly. That's what
Yep.
I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to figure
Barring
this
any
out
other
to see if
major
we.
thing, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, so I got you guys on here, right? I got you guys both on here, and we both talked in the chats for months about this. But I got you live, and I got to do this all the time. So let me just go ahead and call you guys out. It'll be fun. Let's have some fun with it.
I'll be
How do you
back in
guys
2 minutes.
feel?
Chris.
How do you guys feel about the Archimedes engine and where we're at with that?
What do you mean? I think it's good. I think they're good. It should be. I hope we get a video like that. I got from the future set 2 engines on the stands firing one after the next. I think they're good.
I wish we had more
Fair
video of
enough.
it. I feel like he showed video, and then we kind of just haven't had any kind of update on it.
I agree, man. I want more videos too, because you got like Firefly, you got Stokes, you got all these other companies, and they show a lot of videos of like the engines firing. I
That's
wish
what I
we
don't
get more of that.
understand. Why are we so quiet? Why don't we have more PR? I don't understand why. I get it that Beck wants to lay low, but I mean they don't really feed us.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
low is not what I think any of us were expecting. We're about to be in July. And as Vince said the other day, they're going to need the Neutron on the pad for a few weeks. I mean, he said
at
three
least.
months. Nothing against Vince. I love Vince. I don't agree with the need for 3 months of testing, but we're going to need several weeks of just testing once Neutron is fully stacked and on the pad. Um, so we're looking at least another month out, and we're still waiting on a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. So that September date does not look realistic whatsoever. October is looking very iffy. We can make the case argument all day long for 2026. And
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are expecting me to say, yep, we're going to be delayed. I still think in the heart of hearts that they're doing everything they possibly can to make this happen in 2025.
I agree.
Well,
I agree, but I
I
think
mean,
it'll be hard, man. We haven't seen like any big hardware in at Wallops, so and it's definitely not gonna be September, and if anything, December. I think November, December, if anything. But I'm not mad if it gets pushed to 2026. I think everybody actually was thinking there was like a 90% chance that we were gonna launch in 2026. To be honest,
I think a lot of people have kind of accepted that without saying it. It's going to be a
yeah,
2026 launch.
yeah, I think so too.
and look, worst case, we're wrong. That's worst case. If we're wrong and they do launch before, let's say that they launch in late November, great. We're doing awesome. And I hope I'm wrong. I do. For all the investors out there, man, I hope I'm 100% wrong. But we got to be smart about it, right? And I tell people every day, you plan for the worst, you invest for the worst case possibility, even if you love the company. So that way you're prepared. We were talking earlier in the chats.
But
What are you going to do? What are you going to do if it does drop down? Well, maybe it might be smart to start putting a little cash aside so that you can buy when it does drop back down. If you're really invested into the company, um, I can understand if a lot of new investors are like, well, if Neutron doesn't launch before the end of the year, then I'm getting out. Well, maybe do a bit more research. There's a reason why there's guys in here that's been in here for 3+ years, constantly investing when we saw no profits. Matter of fact, they went down all the way down below $4. We were still buying. There's a reason why we kept on buying. So if it does get delayed and there's a drop in the price, yeah, you know what? I'm going to be very happy. Not for the company, but for my own personal reasons because it gives me a better buying opportunity.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
But yeah, I mean, we're looking for opportunities, and like, I guess your guess, not your guess, everybody that watches your channel is like new investors, so that would be good for them.
yeah, no, if it drops and you're looking to add to your share count, it's the perfect time. I think,
Yeah,
barring any other kind of, like I said before, any other kind of significant event that occurs, I can't even foresee what that would be. But if it's just a neutron delay, I mean, I don't see really the big deal. It's not like it's going to push anything else back. You also don't want it to explode as soon as it gets off the pad either. So if he needs a delay
right.
just to make sure that things go smoothly, then just delay.
Yeah. For me, honestly, like a 2026, early 2026 wouldn't. I don't think that's a delay. I don't know. I was just expecting it to be end of the year, maybe into 2026. So
Yeah, I would rather
I'm
it
not
not be
sure.
a full year. Don't get me wrong, but if we
Yeah,
could just delay to like early 2026, that would be ideal.
yeah, yeah.
And exactly because I've seen people in the chats go, well, all right, so let's say they do delay it till 2026. That means they're going to delay the 3 launches until 2027 and 20. We're not going to see a profit until like late 27, 28. You're 100% wrong. You're 100% wrong. I'm going to tell you this why. Is because Beck is not Elon, and that's a wrong comparison of them all the time. And nothing against Elon. I love Elon. Elon's just like throw it on the pad and let's hope for the best, and we'll figure it out when it works. Beck doesn't take those chances. Beck has a lot less money to work with, so they're going to make sure that they've dotted all the I's, they've crossed all the T's. So once they are successful, it's going to ramp up a lot faster. And I'll say this right now live, it is going to be a lot faster than people realize. Like, oh, we only have like 3 scheduled launches for 2026. Once that damn thing is ready to launch, they're taking in customers left and right. And those 3 launches are going to, those 3 launches are going to go, yep, that was nothing. That was just the beginning and to help fund it. And now we're looking at, very soon, within the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to have that conversation of when do they start surpassing Electron as far as annual launches. That's going to happen a lot sooner than people think. That's a lot more revenue, a hell of a lot more revenue. We're still early. We're still very early on this.
Like this guy said, well, it's great to lower expectations, but until Peter Beck says he's delayed, he ain't. Yeah, I agree with him. Like, I don't think it's a big deal though, and I actually wouldn't play with my stocks either. Like, I wouldn't sell a big position because even if Neutron gets delayed, we still got news from that. We can get news from the SDA, the flat that could be crazy. The flat we can get news from that any day, and if that happens, I think that will make the stock go up a lot. So I don't.
We can't even get down the whole flatellite rabbit hole today because I've got to send you something on Spectrum, Francisco, that I meant to send to you last night that I did not get a chance to. And I forgot today, but it's crazy because we talked about this months and months ago. Look, Spectrum, yes, it's limited in the U.S., but it's owned worldwide. Germany owns Spectrum, Canada owns some Spectrum. So we don't have to worry about, does Rocket Lab have access to that kind of technology? Maybe they get kind of X'd out here in the U.S., but they're working now internationally. So that kind of communication, I'm not worried about that. Maybe they're not doing stuff for U.S. commercial, but it's not going to limit them to defense because you're not going to X out the U.S. government. I don't care who owns Spectrum. I just don't. I like ASTS. I see the advantage, but Spectrum is not going to be the overall advantage to that. There's too many other opportunities out there. Sorry, I had to go off on a tangent there on Spectrum, but it was in my notes, especially when it comes to Golden Dome, because we have other countries that want to get in. We saw the ESA thing. Canada is involved in ESA. We know Canada is trying to ramp up. We know that Rocket Lab is working with Canada. We know that Canada does own technology as far as Spectrum. So Spectrum, if Rocket Lab needs that technology, they're going to get access to it. They have it. That's a no-brainer. So nothing against ASTS. I think they're going to be a great company, but that's not the end all to know all when it comes to. This is why we have the biggest advantage over Rocket Lab or or SpaceX or whoever. That's not an argument. That's no longer an argument. There's just too many countries out there that have that technology. And now that again, Rocket Lab being international, but not just being U.S. based, opens us up to a lot more opportunities, so that we don't have to rely on X, Y, and Z. We have the entire alphabet to go and choose from.
And then speaking about ASTS, I think this is the best time for us to announce, because decent sized audience here. Look, we're gonna have Ampan Man back on again. We loved everything he said, but no, what we have now organized, we have AST Space Odyssey coming on. We also have Space Investor coming on. I want to bring Matty back on. Do I want to announce anything else? No, I might leave it at that. No,
Lily Funds.
Lily
Funds is coming on. Lily's coming on in about 2 weeks. We're getting Lily Funds on. Yep, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, because Lily is also a big fish fan, which you guys know as far as music. I love my fish, and that's how we connected. Like me and Francisco, we send like stock information every day. Me and Lily Funds, we send live excerpts from concerts to each other every day. That's how close we are. That guy's amazing, but he knows his stuff. Not just about stock investments, but about real estate. Can't wait to have that guy come on. Yeah, we've got some really cool, really diverse guests coming on here. I can't wait. The next week or two is gonna be a lot of fun, guys.
Guys, is there any guests that you would like us to bring on? Doesn't matter how big. Look, me and Chris actually had a big
Peter
chat
Beck.
about
Can you
this
get
last
Peter
night.
Beck on?
You want Peter Beck? You want Peter Beck?
Yeah, you want Peter Beck? Yeah.
I believe
If
we
you
We're
get
working
him,
on that.
that'd be great.
Yeah, I believe we can.
Or
What would be
Spice. I'll
great,
settle for
we
Spice.
honestly, dude. You know what I really want, Yanni, is this is what I want. I want to get Beck or Spice on
Or
here,
Frank.
but
Like
Ooh,
Jacob said, Frank.
Frank.
but
Jacob says Frank.
Frank,
but
yeah, if you
yeah,
get Frank,
Frank,
if you get
But
Frank,
you know what? This is StreamYard, right? We can have like what 10 people on here. So we do like I'd love to have like a Frank and a Spice and Beck on here, but at the same time, I'd love to have Francisco and Yanni on here. Have Jacob on here with us, and not bombard him with like, when's Neutron going to launch, all that kind of questions, because I know these guys, and they're going to go, what's your favorite kind of ice cream? What book are you reading tomorrow? What made you, why did you get on that freaking bicycle and strap a rocket to it and think that you weren't going to die? Just to get to know Beck a little bit better. I think it'd be a lot of fun
but I'll
because
tell you
these guys are going to
something.
have amazing questions. Uh, he's done the weekly, he's done
I
the
think I don't know if
CNBC,
he'll just come on
NBC.
without providing questions.
I'll tell you something. Somebody asked Peter Beck what he reads, and he doesn't read, bro. He only reads like technical books. He doesn't read. So
That is
don't
wild.
ask him that. Yeah. So why did he ask that question?
Right,
I
guys.
think I'm pretty delayed. I don't
I'm
know if you guys can hear me.
Guys, I'm
Yeah,
not
Oh, you're
actually
good.
gonna lie. It
Good.
is nearly 1 o'clock here in the morning. So what I'm gonna do is say my name's Liam. I'm one of the host brothers here. Guys, if you two want to come on again, you're completely welcome to tomorrow.
Liam, I just
Um,
want to ask, is that your farm in the background with all those buildings?
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I wish.
Yeah,
I wish.
I know, right?
Liam needs to go live on his farm like I go live on the river, right, guys?
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
agree,
you should
right?
do
Like,
that.
just we should
Oh,
do
you know
that,
what you
man.
should do?
Liam,
You should get one of
Liam's
no, go ahead.
go ahead.
Let me see.
No, I was gonna
Go
say Liam's
ahead.
farm's actually in the middle of a city metropolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Guys,
wishes. No, he's out there with the
honest,
sheep, and the cows, and he's way out in the middle of nowhere. He needs to go live on the farm. I think that'd be a great, fun episode, man. If I do it on the river, man, you
Jacob.
can do it too, Liam. Right?
chat. Let me know if that's something you'd like. 100% can do it. Jacob says if Johnny takes his shirt off, I'll donate a Rocket Lab shirt.
There you go.
I can't. It's unsafe to drive with no shirt on.
Francisco,
Excuses,
hold the
Another
wheel.
man.
time. Another time.
Best
You need a
excuses.
Tesla, man.
Right, guys. Do you know what? Jacob, big shout out. Jacob sent a super chat as always. Thank you so much for that, bro. You really didn't have to. But
You
guys,
did.
my name's Ian. One of the host brothers here. We are gonna have a stacked week. Started off a little bit negative. Chris, we ended on a positive note, as always. Had a bit of fun here. Guys, make sure to bang that subscribe button. And yeah, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone.